Ekta's question. We know that it is jumble sentence question type, but let's see. So there are 6 sentences. So I'm sure all of you know the strategies behind jumble sentence, right? We look for repeat phrases, words. We try and identify what the topic sentence is, right? Topic sentence, for those of you who are new and are not familiar with that, it means that's the first sentence of the paragraph, right? So can you identify which one of these 6 sentences can or should be the topic sentence? Across healthcare, fashion, banking, eating out. So this looks like a part of another sentence, right? Like it's more like whenever you have a list, you know that there has to be a preceding sentence introducing what that list is about. So A cannot be our topic sentence. We are going through some interesting times in India. Can be, seems like a topic sentence. Ashish has given us a sequence, okay? I'll just put down Ashish's sequence. We'll see if that is the right sequence, okay? Ashish, I'll write your name so we don't forget. So this is Ashish's sequence. We're going to see if this is the right sequence or not. The rest of you can, yes, continue to give me the sequence. So let's look at what the sequence is. Our GDP is expected to grow at 7.5% in 20 blah blah blah, okay. There are over 450 million internet users in the country today, okay. The Indian middle class with a higher disposable income is expected to double by, okay. So a lot of you have come back and said it can be D, it can be E, some of you said C, okay. And then F says this revolution has touched all aspects of the life of Indians. Now even if we are struggling with trying to identify what can be the first sentence in this paragraph, another thing that we said is, if that is taking too long, right, if we are confused, if you are saying, hey, there is a possibility of more than 2 or 3 options to be my first sentence, another trick that we have always relied on is to pay attention to pronouns, right, conjunctions. So if you look at the A, B, C, D, E, F, the demonstrative pronoun, right, this, that, those, these, so this is standing out, this revolution. So which means, what revolution are they speaking about? This has to be somewhere, right? So look for any word that is giving me revolution, the repeat word. This is my clue word. Is there a, so let's look at bridging links, right? Let's form links quickly. This sentence has to go with this sentence. So I know a lot of you are giving me sequences, but I want links. Give me a link. I've given you a clue. This revolution. Tell me, there has to be one sentence preceding this F. What is that sentence? My clue word is revolution. What can that sentence be? What can go before F? Quickly. Yes, right? D has to go before F because boss, revolution is introduced there in D. There are 450 million internet users in the country today. Only 28% internet preparation. 80% of this internet consumption is through mobile phones. That has led to a digital revolution in the country. So whenever I have this indefinite article right, that's another clue for us. If I'm introducing something for the first time, I always use the indefinite article. If I'm referring to the same thing, then I use the definite article or other pronouns to describe it, right? So I know that DF is a connect. DF is one link. In all your sequences, you go back and check if DF is a link. If that is the case, at least you got some 1 or 2 questions correct. Now, if you look at F, it says this revolution has touched all aspects of the life of Indians, right? Now the sentence that is staring at me, talking about all aspects of Indians, the life of Indians is, can you identify which is that sentence? Is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D? Another thing that we continuously have to keep doing is asking questions to form links. So which is that sentence? Anybody? A, right? All aspects of life. Healthcare, fashion, banking, eating out, booking movie tickets, finding a life partner. That addresses all my aspects, which means A has to follow F. So I have this link DFA. If you don't have this link in your sequence, then your sequence is incorrect. Go back, check your sequence, right? So we've established the fact that DFA is a link. Great. But I still need to figure out what is my topic sentence, or is D my topic sentence? I don't know. Let's see. So what is the remaining sentences talking about? B says we are going through some interesting times in India. So that's a clue for me, right? Are there interesting times being discussed in the passage? Are there any sentences, talking about interesting times? We're looking at positive aspects, right? This is a positive sentence. Look at sentences. So I see remarkable, which is a positive word. Digital revolution in the country, that's a positive thing, right? So if you look at it, C is probably expanding on those interesting times, which is our GDP is expected to grow at 7.5% in 2017 to 18, which is remarkable considering the global GDP growth is at 3.5%. Can I say, and if I look at what is E? E says the Indian middle class with a higher disposable income is expected to double by 2025 to $550 million with rising internet penetration. So don't you think, right? Look at this. Indian middle class, their salary is going to double. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that remarkable? So if you ask me, C and E are adding to these interesting aspects that they are talking about. The time right now in India, these are some of the interesting things that are happening, right? So, and we also have a connect between E and D. Why? We have this repeat word, internet, rising internet penetration, internet users in the country, right? So if that's the case, now go back and tell me what can be the sequence. So Ashish says E is my topic sentence. The Indian middle class with a higher disposable income is expected to double by. So if you look at it, Ashish, E is only adding or expanding on the point B, right? It's almost like an example for why is this interesting? What's happening in India right now, right? So this is an example. So E cannot be my topic sentence, right? So if I go with, let me look at somebody else's sequence. Okay, I'm going to take Neelab's B, C, E, D, F, A. B, C, D, E, F, A. Okay, so this is Neelab's. So let's look at if this is right or not. Let's see, okay. So topics, we're going through some interesting times in India. What are they? C and D are contributing. Okay, I'll go with that. But B, C is one, right? The only thing that I will do there, Nilesh, I'll probably put E ahead of D. Why so? Can anybody tell me why? So I'm going with B, C, I'm okay with that, right? We are going through some interesting times in India. GDP is growing, that's going to be remarkable. Why am I putting E ahead of D? My question is very simple. Why am I saying let's put E before D? Can anybody explain that to me, please? Oh, it was ED only. I only put it wrong. I'm sorry, boss. Let me change that right away. So B, C, E, D. But still, you can still explain it to me. Why? Why is E before D? Yeah, the simple fact that we've already established that DFA is a link, right? So we can't break that link. Okay, so BCE, DFA, that's it. This is our sequence. If you have anything else apart from this, sorry, that's not the right sequence. So let's read now. We are going through some interesting times in India. What's so interesting? What's interesting? Our GDP is expected to grow at 7.5 in 2017 to 18, which is remarkable considering the global GDP growth is only at 3.5%. Okay, that's one thing. The next thing is the Indian middle class with a higher disposable income is expected to double by 2025 to $550 million with rising internet penetration. So how is this happening? There are over 450 million internet users in the country today, only 28% internet penetration, 80% of this internet consumption is through mobile phones that has led to a digital revolution in the country. This revolution has touched all aspects of the life of Indians. What aspects are we talking about? Across healthcare, fashion, banking, eating out, booking movie tickets and finding a life partner. That is it. Yes, thank you. Right, so that's a good point, a little bit of logic there. But however, like I said, whenever you have an issue with identifying the topic sentence, don't waste a lot of time there. Quickly look for links, look for connects. What will you look for? Pronouns, conjunctions, right? That's what you need to look for. So our final sequence is what Nilesh said, which is B, C, E, D, F, A. If all of you have this sequence, you are correct. Yeah? So any questions in this, or can we move forward? It's a good one. It's not a difficult one if you've practiced jumble sentence, applying the strategies that we've always looked at. you should be able to crack this. But the idea is for you not to spend a lot of time at the time of the examination, right? So you need to quickly look for these connects.